Hello and welcome to episode 44 of the CANAS podcast, the Chris Pronger episode.
Or the Sheldon Surrey.
No.
Okay.
No. Chris Pronger. Sheldon, no, not Sheldon Surrey.
Yeah, whatever.
This is Celso, and we have Victor with us like always.
It's now officially Lord Victor.
Lord Victor?
Lord Victor, yes.
Why?
Well, my buddy got me a piece of land in Scotland.
Oh, nice.
So I'm Lord Victor of Kilnesh and Glencoe or something.
Well, now we're going to have to call you Lord Victor from now on.
100%. I very fully expect that, yes.
So we're probably just going to talk about the usual soccer, basketball, hockey. We can talk about the Belgium and Canada game now.
100%
We'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
And hockey, talk about how Edmonton is still being meh.
And Calgary.
And Calgary's being meh.
Yeah.
Toronto's doing better. They snapped New Jersey's 13-game win streak.
We're going to talk about that game, aren't we?
We're going to talk about that game for sure. But yeah, why don't we just start with soccer?
I mean, if whoever watched the game on, what was it, on Wednesday, it is without a doubt the greatest game I've ever seen the Canadian men play in my life.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Nowhere close. I know we lost 1-0, but the pride that I had watching that group of men play, nothing apart from the women winning Olympic gold and like watching the women's journey there's nothing in the world of sports that has made me feel this much pride in my team or my country ever.
And it was a loss too.
1-0 loss.
1-0 loss to the second best team or second ranked. I
don't think they're the second best team. I think they're top 5 in the World Cup. No, probably a little bit worse than that. But that's not to take away from what Canada did. Belgium did not have a good game at all.
No.
They didn't go to their strengths. They were missing Lukaku, which is a force and a striker. That said, they barely had any chances. So if you look at the advanced analytics of the game, different websites give you a couple different advanced analytics, but Belgium had an expected goals of 0.71 or 76, sorry.
Just because of how Canada was playing against them?
And Canada's goals, expected goals, was between 2.61 and 3.32, something along those lines. Absurd.
So we were just dominating the whole game.
And honest to God, to say that Canada was dominating is almost an understatement. That game, and you know what? We can critique, and I hope they are critiquing it in their dressing room. I really do, because there are a couple things that they need to improve on. Namely, I understand why you give Alphonso Davies a penalty. He's the face of Canadian footy. He has the opportunity to score the first goal. He's probably faced the most pressure of anybody on the men's team. And he would be the one that's most likely to not succumb to the pressure. And I don't think he succumbed to the pressure too much. It was just a bad penalty. And nothing against Alphonso Davies, but the man doesn't take penalties for club. He's never taken one for country, or not in a big moment at least. So we can critique it as much as we want. It was a game plan. We all knew. They knew. All 11 guys on the pitch.
Because didn't Herman say it was just like them gonna decide who's gonna take it, kind of thing?
Yeah, and Alphonso Davies won the moment. And you know what? If he would have scored, then we're talking about something different.
Oh yeah,
obviously, right? But at the end of the day, he played a great game. He was a little weak for the next 5 minutes, just depressed of how missing that penalty.
I probably would be too.
100%.
Yeah, my friends have been saying that was the worst penalty kick ever. Blah blah blah. I'm like, one.
Have they played footy? Have they played soccer?
Right?
Before?
No, not most of them. But one, who wouldn't be nervous having you're gonna change Canadian soccer history by scoring in the World Cup, basically. Two, he just came back from an injury, so obviously there's that. Three, you're going up against Courtois.
I'm really happy that you mentioned that moment, because let's not take it Thibaut Courtois is the best goalie,
right?
And I think that's part of the reason that it's that Canada could have done better. These are the critiques that we can give them. I think it's a fair critique that they're going to be mentioning in their own room as well. One, that penalty, you know what? It wasn't a great penalty.
No, it
but
wasn't a
was
good
also,
penalty.
Like you're facing the best goalie in the world. Like
You're facing the best goalie in the world in the biggest stage in the world. Basically, the biggest moment in Canadian soccer history.
Canadian men's
soccer history, yes. Obviously, you're gonna be nervous, like big time, right? So,
yeah.
Honestly, that penalty kick, it is what it is. But they still played really well, and they just needed to finish, I guess.
And that's my biggest critique. There were multiple opportunities where I think they were just trying to be too fancy.
Yes.
And they lost the ball inside the Belgian box.
Yes. Like, I didn't see the whole, like, most of the game just because, one, I was working, two, I was going to use my data, so not going to really do that. But the 10 minutes that I did see, we were just dominating. And then, yes, like you said, they were trying to be fancy in the box and they would just lose the ball. So
there was a couple of so it was unlucky that we lost.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just put it out there. But Belgium's experience, I think, is really because Belgium just needed one chance to win, and then they were gonna, do their part of holding it back.
Yeah.
Like Belgium played it intelligently defensively. Like they knew that Canada was going. Like they noticed that they were trying to do too much. They were giving them a little space, but just not the exact space that we needed. But we got unlucky and not getting that second penalty against Larea. According to FIFA released a statement along the lines of Larea moved into the way of Witsel to be able to take to fall, and then he let himself fall. Okay, you know what? I get it, but call it consistency across the entire competition. That was a second penalty. 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
But again, it's not guaranteeing that we would score it.
Right? Yeah, but still.
And it just showed the quality and class in the Belgian side. Now, what did you think?
And their goal though, that was a good goal. Boran didn't really have a chance.
I don't think he had a chance at all. No.
It was just losing. Just 1-0. It was good.
For me, the goal was it was Steven Vittoria. He lost positioning. He tried to head the ball away, which not a bad idea. He was literally 2 steps too far ahead. If he was 2 steps further back, he would have headed the ball away from him. It wouldn't have even been a chance. But small mistakes. And against the best teams in the world, that's going to happen. Now, Croatia comes up on Sunday. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is a must-win. Canada has to win in order for them to stand a chance at, getting into the knockout stage. Because Belgium shouldn't be losing to Morocco.
No.
Right? So if Belgium wins and Croatia wins, Canada's officially eliminated.
Didn't Croatia tie with Morocco?
Croatia tied 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah, but if Croatia is on 1 point, Canada's on 0, Morocco's on 1, right? So if Morocco and or Croatia, if both of them win, Belgium loses,
then we're out.
Then we're out as well. So this is a must win.
So basically,
and what did you think about Herdman's comments at the end of the game? We're gonna go F Croatia. Croatia, I thought it was it was in the moment, the heat of the moment for sure. He poked the bear, man.
I don't mind that, right? Yeah, exactly.
I'm a little nervous because Croatia did not show up against Morocco. They were
honestly, you need stuff like that. You need feistiness and stuff because cliche answers, just boring, neutral answers. That's boring. You need you need feistiness. You need just, how should I say this? Oomph, exactly. Sure. Just to make things interesting, make a story out of it. Okay, and then if we win, then perfect. That was a good comment by Herdman, I guess.
There's no way Canada doesn't give 110% again next game, and if they give it their all and they still lose, I can't get upset.
No, like we said earlier, we're not expected to win any of our games. We're not expected to even make it to the knockout stage. But if we do, it's bonus for us.
So we have 7 guys from CF Montreal on this team. 7 MLS players. It's actually more, sorry. Most of our team is MLS players. That is not a top 5 league in the world.
No,
And they're
MLS,
competing
no.
against Belgium. Like Belgium's almost all of their players are playing in a big league. I would argue only 2 Canadians are playing in a top class league right now. It's Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David.
David, yeah.
That's it. Right? I think Junior Hoylett, he played another great game.
Yep.
Played a great game. But he's in the championship. I think the championship is better than the MLS.
Yep.
100%.
100%.
So-
And like after the game, like they were noticed, like the Belgian players and everyone after like doing their interviews, they were giving credit to Canada. Like some of them even said like they shouldn't have won because Canada was just all over them, kind of thing.
And De Bruyne said that he only got the man of the match because of his name, nothing else.
Yeah. So honestly, like we're in people's radars now. They're like, we basically put our foot in between the door. So now we just have to push the door open and win and just go from there.
100%. Do you think any lineup changes? Because for me, Richie Larea played like a god, like a possessed god.
I was going to say like
And
the way we
Alistair
played,
Johnson shut down
Yeah.
Eden Hazard.
so like the way we played like last game, like why would we change it? We just have to keep going forward and play like we were playing. Just finish the ball, like finish the chances, but that's it really. Like everyone was playing great. There may be some little hiccups here and there, but everyone's going to have little hiccups here and there. Germany lost to Japan, so anything can happen, right? So
Yep.
Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyways, any lineup changes? I think it's going to be, if anything, Junior Hoylett starts on the bench and Kyle Larin starts up front, maybe. But even then, like I wouldn't really take too much away because of the way we started. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But that said, Canada needs to score in the first half tomorrow. Otherwise, their confidence is going to go down. Or sorry, Sunday. Otherwise, their confidence will go down.
Yeah.
They have to score in the first half. And it's going to happen by, pressing hard, playing exactly the same way they did against Belgium, but shooting. Actually shooting the damn ball more. Which is going to be easier because nothing against Croatia's goalie, but he is not Thibaut Courtois.
No.
And there's no other Thibaut Courtois in the world right now.
Unless you count Guillermo Ochoa just coming out of nowhere in the World Cup like always.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to basketball, I guess?
Let's touch really quickly on tennis.
Tennis.
Actually, because did you know the Davis Cup finals are on right now?
Nope.
Did you know that Canada is in the semifinal?
Nope.
Playing against Italy?
Nope.
Well, that's it.
Whoa, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Is it like still going on? Or?
Yeah, it's still going on right now.
Okay, so
Canada is in the Davis Cup semifinal. They are currently playing, and what was I going to say? They're going to be playing. I want to say Berrettini. I think Berrettini and Sonego are playing. So as long as Felix is in a ridiculous form right now.
Yeah, Felix has been playing well
tournaments in a
lately.
row.
Yeah.
Made it to the. I don't know if it was to the semifinals in the ATP finals or not, but he beat Rafael Nadal in the ATP finals. So that was pretty sweet.
Where was that for my predictions? Jeez.
Right? You could have just said, yeah, when a Canadian's going to win 2 tournaments in a row, and like they could have played in like the Royal Glenora
And that would have been bold too. So
yeah, fair enough. But yeah, no, it was. It's finishing up within the next few days here. I think. I think this weekend is another fixture, and it's the semifinals, and then the next one is it's going to be the U.S. I think, and I don't remember who else, but we beat Germany. That's important. Chapo lost his first round. He's not playing the greatest right now, but if Chapo and Felix play well, the Davis Cup could be ours.
Yep.
Yeah, just like we won the ATP Cup last year.
Yep.
Or this year, I guess.
Was it this year? Yeah.
It's January.
Yeah.
It's nuts, eh?
I never really like count January as like the first of like the new year because you're always like, oh, it's January. Oh, okay, it's like
Cool. Yeah. Oh,
the beginning. Okay.
Whatever. Basketball, maybe.
Yeah,
Really
we can
quick.
go to basketball.
Raptors. They're a 500 team right now.
Just like a Canadian team in the NHL.
A couple Canadian teams in the NHL.
Couple NHL team deal.
But that's what we expected, really. They don't have any
Yeah.
superstars, but you know what? They have their injury list
Yes.
right now is ridiculous. I think they have 10 healthy players total, if that. It's
That's
just
crazy.
It's insane. And like their starting lineup, their starting five, I think it's only OG Anunoby who's an actual starter for them.
And just to be a 500 team with all those injuries is, I would say, is pretty good.
Yeah, it's insane.
Once everyone is healthy, then we'll just
It'll be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
like we are a team that can make it to the playoffs even without a superstar. So once everyone's healthy, we'll just play like normal and then just keep moving on up.
Yeah. Blue Jays really quick. No real big news coming out of there, but I would highly expect that the Blue Jays are going to announce that they're going to sign a left-handed outfielder pretty soon. As well.
And we kind of have to.
as well as, you know what, the bullpen might be okay now that we added that like
Swanson?
massive, Swanson's big arm.
Oh, yeah.
We might need one more lefty probably, and then I'm going to say at least one more starter, if not two. So, Blue Jays they've shown they're going all in. They've shown that they, what's their faces? Ross Atkins has shown that he really wants to invest in this team and make sure that this team wins. So, it's going to be tough to beat the Astros.
Like the way we played like last year, like why not?
All we needed was pitching.
Yeah. All we needed was
pitching. But then again, our biggest pitchers, our biggest arms screwed the pooch in that last game.
Yeah.
And Manoah came out awful in the first game, which sucks because Manoah was a Cy Young candidate, a legitimate Cy Young contender. But for this team to be successful, Manoah needs to be a Cy Young form again. Gossman needs to be his elite all-star form again. Romano needs to pitch like Romano can. And then we need our pitchers to come up. The bats, we have bats.
Yeah, we have bats.
Lost Teoscar Hernandez, which is a huge blow in the offense. We're no longer 8 deep in bats, we're 7 deep.
That's still pretty good though.
Yeah. And they didn't qualify Raimel Tapia, which kind of sucks. Like he was a speed threat, good outfielder, good defensive numbers, and a left-handed bat.
Probably known for last year for his inside the park
Grand
home
Slam.
run. Grand Slam, yes.
Yeah. But I think that's it for me for the Blue Jays at least.
Yeah.
What else? Chase Claypool? How's he been doing with his new team?
He's been decent.
I haven't heard his name too often.
No.
So it's
like Claypool has been playing decent. Just he's having an off year this year, playing in Pittsburgh and then going to Cleveland, I believe.
I don't know
Or Chicago. No, it was Chicago. Yeah. But still, like it's been a tough year for him. Chuba still RB2 in Carolina because Deontay Foreman is outplaying him, and obviously he's behind CMC, but now he's somewhere else, and
he still didn't take the opportunity.
No,
that's okay. We have a couple of big guys in the draft coming up too.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Well, we'll definitely see more Canadians in the NFL, and we'll see how they do, and hopefully they can seize their opportunity and become stars.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who complain about us not talking enough about the CFL, Toronto won. That's it. That's all you're gonna That's it.
Yeah.
I think there's an interesting stat out of there, actually. I think the last 7 Grey Cups they made, they won them all.
Something like that.
So if they make it to the Grey Cup final, they're going to win.
I think once they make it to the finals, then that's their records. Like they win it all the time, like the last 7. So or something like that.
You still put them up against like any college team, pretty much, and they're still going to lose. My dad was so intrigued over watching the Grey Cup. He's like, Victor, look, come on, watch. I'm like, first off, I'm not watching this garbage on my birthday. Secondly, I'm like, fine, let's watch it for a couple minutes. Turn it on. 3 dropped passes, 3 2-and-outs, run of negative yards. I'm like, how do you expect me to watch this nonsense? Like, I can watch the Packers do a lot worse. Like, really
but it's a lot more entertaining.
Yeah. But apparently it was a good game after I stopped watching, so you're welcome.
No, it was a decent game. Like, it was not on the main TV in my friend's house when I was over at his place on Sunday. But it was a good game.
They need to do a lot to incorporate the younger fan group, the younger crowd. Because, like, the Elk are offering free admission pretty much with the purchase of a U Alberta ticket. Like, they don't sell anywhere near capacity. I think they sell, like, on average 7,000 tickets to a game. And they're dirt cheap.
Well, it's because our team isn't good.
Well, yeah, but I think Edmonton's a little bit more than not supporting a garbage team. It's like, oh, no, actually, that's not true. They're like Oilers fans. They're stopped going to the Oilers games now that the Oilers are doing awful, too. It also has to do with the fact that freaking popcorn costs $20.
And a combo can go up to like $55.
$55.
Or you can get like that same like offer at like a movie theater, even though that's expensive as well, for probably like $25-$30.
Yep. Probably even less.
Probably even
better
less.
Quality.
Yeah. Theater popcorn is so good though.
Theater popcorn is insane. It's insane. Canadian theater popcorn, because we're a Canadian podcast.
No, but like one night last week, I was like, I want to just skip the dishes.
Skip the dishes.
I was going to, but I was like, oh, I'll just wait.
Oh man.
Like, it's so good though.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, hockey. We've been avoiding this conversation for too long now.
So the Oilers are the only team actually that are 500.
Calgary ended up winning. They're above 500 now.
They're above 500. Calgary's 9-8-3 after 20. Oilers are 10-10 after 20. Vancouver 7-10-3, which was actually a little surprising because we thought they were going to do good. But after their start, 7 wins is not bad after those losses that they've had at the beginning. Ottawa's 7-12-1 after 20. Again, well, they did have some injuries, and that Norris injury is really, really hurting them.
Yeah, your number one center's out for the year. Yeah. That is actually really tough. But Tim Stutzla should come in and be fine.
And then you have Giroux and you have DeBrincat. So.
Yeah, you've got leadership in that team.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Montreal is 11-9-1, and they're just
out of the playoffs.
Just out of the playoffs, yep. And then not surprising, or actually kind of surprising because of their goalies. 12-5-5 is Toronto.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, Toronto's is shown to be a very good regular season team consistently. Playoffs is a completely other story.
Oh yeah.
But listen, I've said it multiple times. I'll keep on saying it. I think we're getting to the point where we can be scared about the Oilers and the Flames. I think we're getting to the point, but I don't think it's that point yet. I think they're still within the room that they can fix it. We can't forget Oilers had a garbage run last year that where they won 3 games in 20.
But we were doing so good before that, though.
But we were also doing good this year. We started 7-3, and then since then we're 3-7.
Yep.
Right, like we can make the exact same argument. What I think we're missing is Duncan Keith. And I don't think it's just his play. I think it's his leadership.
Or just leadership in general.
And Mike Smith.
Yeah.
2 players that are playing. And this is not taking anything away from Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and them. Like, they're good leaders, but they can't be just them, right? Like, and Nuge is probably a good leader, and Hyman's leading by example. But we are getting destroyed by the Puljujärvi and Yamamoto not contributing offensively.
Basically, all we need is one, start at the first whistle. Like, start playing at the first whistle, not 10 minutes into the first or after the first. 2, we definitely need to play well more defensively. Like, I don't know what we're doing. We're like, Stuart Skinner's playing out of his mind, and he's a freaking rookie. And Campbell, who is a pretty good goalie, is not really playing to his strengths, and of course the defense isn't really helping him get that confidence. And then 3, it can't be just McDavid, Draisaitl, Nuge, and Hyman getting all the goals, and Kane if he was healthy. But we need more depth scoring. Like, we can't.
Yeah, McLeod needs to start contributing more offensively.
We can't just rely on the top 4 all the time.
And that's something that we were talking about as a strength of this team. Like, we had a 10 deep lineup where we were going to have a top 9 forward playing in our 4th line at one point. Like, we knew this was going to happen, but they're just like, I genuinely, and I'm not blaming everything on these guys. Okay, Puljujärvi's putting up fantastic analytical numbers, fantastic, but he's not contributing enough offense. Okay, and I'm not Mark Spector. I don't hate Puljujärvi for breathing. I think Puljujärvi just has no confidence in himself, and he needs to. Like, we just got to get him that confidence somehow, find a way. But the one that's really disappointed me in offensive production is Kailer Yamamoto. The guy's injured. He's been injured for actually probably the entire season. So I kind of see it. But no goals, no points pretty much, I think. We need the whole team needs to step up a little bit more and put more offense.
Yeah.
Even Ryan McLeod, it's just not enough offense for me right now. But then you have, I think McDavid and Draisaitl are still leading the league, right? 1-2, I'm not sure, but they're up there for sure. McDavid's leading in goals, so.
Do you think he wins the Rocket if he keeps it up?
There's no way the Oilers get much worse than this, right?
I'm saying individually,
right? But McDavid. Edmonton's going to start winning more, and McDavid's going to start scoring more. It's just going to happen because then they're going to have to start defending against our 3rd line a little bit better, right? And because we're just a 2-line team right now.
We've basically always been a 2-line team, though.
Playoffs last year we weren't.
Playoffs last year, no, but
and
besides the last, but besides a little bit of last year and
yeah. Listen, you know what? I'm actually more. I knew we would get it. Oilers always have a slow run for a while, and it's always usually around this time, and we pick it up into January through April. I hope it starts December 1st. We start doing better because our November was garbage.
Just flip the switch from last year. No, but it's we can't be the team that always sucks around this time of year. If we want to win the Stanley Cup, we're going to have to play well, not excellent, throughout the whole year. We can't have lulls here and there.
Colorado last year had a stretch similar to this. I think they went 4-6, not 3-7. They're gonna have him, but it's just they need to get out of it, and they need to figure out a way of getting out of it, and then figure out the life. Okay.
They can't be shut out to New York Islanders.
Well, also Sorokin.
Sorokin is a good goalie though, so I'm not surprised.
More bodies in front of the net where Sorokin can't see the puck, he can't stop it.
That's true.
Just get in front of the net, get some tips. Just go back to the grassroots of playing hockey.
Yeah, we can't be always trying to get those fancy goals. We have to be the gritty team that will be in front of the net and just block this goalie or just get hit by the puck, but then shoot it in kind of thing.
I think what's leading to the demise right now of the 10 and 10 this 10 and 10 is it's just a bunch of little things.
It is basically a bunch of little things.
Nurse is not playing positionally sound right now. From everyone that I can hear, they're like, well, Nurse isn't even playing a system right now. He's just out there playing, which that's not okay, especially not from one of your leaders.
And especially for
Tyson Barrie's just not playing the same way. Cody Ceci's not playing as defensively sound as he was last year. Evan Bouchard cannot get a shot on net to save his life. He had 10 blocked shots the other day. 10 blocked shots. We were so good. If Bouchard starts getting his shots through these screens, they're going to start going in, and there's our depth scoring, right? Yamamoto couldn't score with a freaking BB gun. Puljujärvi
can't it'd be easier to score through with a BB gun because the thing is smaller.
I know, but he couldn't even score with that. So that's the thing. Everyone is needing to improve on certain areas, 100%.
Basically, besides the 4 and Skinner, everyone has to step up.
I would agree.
Skinner, he's playing his first year as a quote unquote starter, just being on the team full time.
Yeah, an NHL goaltender.
Yeah, full time. So it's to be expected for little bumps along the road for him. But we need to see more from Campbell. We need to see more from everybody except the top 4.
So moving on to Calgary really quick. they're also not doing anywhere close to how they expect. And I think their biggest issue is also their goaltending right now, which is supposed to be fantastic. Markstrom's played like garbage recently. And then a big part of it is Jonathan Huberdeau putting up like 0 points almost. Like, it's ridiculous how little points he has. And he just signed a massive extension.
Like, massive why would you again, like? It was good for signing him long term because he's Jonathan Huberdeau, but like, to do it right away, and now you're seeing this. Like, it's it's good for like the fans. Like, oh, we signed a superstar long term, but then if you see him struggling, it's like now it's like, oh, why the heck did we sign him long term with that amount of money, kind of thing.
Then you have the same argument the other way around. If they don't sign him, he starts really
exactly.
Hot,
And then
well, why do we sign him? Yeah,
it's for superstars. It's tough. Like it.
Let's just put it this way: Canadian hockey fans, we can be idiots.
Yeah. But
that defense is still outrageous, though.
Yeah. Like, I guess that's like the only strength that they have right now is just
they're giving their goaltenders better numbers than they deserve. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toronto's out of their slump. They're doing really well. Matt Murray is playing really good.
Which is surprising for me.
Pretty well. Even when Matt Murray and Ilya Samsonov were injured, like, they were still playing well.
Yep.
I told you at the beginning of the season this either.
I think Riley got injured though.
Fantastic. Yeah, Riley's out long term.
Yeah,
that's huge for them.
Yeah. So
they traded for Connor Timmins.
Is his first name Connor?
I think so. Something Timmins.
Well, it's Timmins. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Connor Timmins. I know it for a fact. It has to be Connor Timmins. Look him up.
I am. It is Connor Timmins.
Let's go. Yeah, they got Connor Timmins. So. We're just waiting for Riley to get back. Again, this is a regular season team. We'll just see what they're like in the playoffs.
Yeah. Like, what are we, like, I guess a quarter, almost, basically a quarter in the season. Now it's basically, from here on out, we have to, or everyone, except for Toronto, I guess, has to step up now in order for them to make it to the playoffs.
Absolutely agree. Winnipeg's playing really well, though.
Winnipeg is playing really well. They're playing like they're supposed to. Last year,
Hellebuyck is insane in keeping them in a lot of games.
Yes,
though.
Like last year was, I guess, just a hiccup, but they're playing like they're supposed to be playing. That they were expected to play. But
yeah.
But then the rest of us, Calgary and Edmonton especially, it's like everyone has to step up.
It's a train wreck right now for sure. But it's hockey.
Yep.
You gotta step it up. But I don't really have much else to say about this. I mean, it's a quarter mark of the season. Let's get to the third, and then at that point, if we're still not in the playoffs, then we can freak out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just wait till the new year, and
does not get fired this year. There's no way. Nothing's gonna happen to him. Ken Holland, maybe. I mean, maybe.
If he doesn't,
but who's out there that's better than him?
We have to wait until like either at trade deadline or just before trade deadline, see what he does. Because if we're still struggling after January 1st and he doesn't do anything to like at least like do something, then it's a problem.
This team on paper is 1,000 times better than what they're playing right now, and I think a lot of that you have to put it on the players.
Like too. Ken Holland did all he could with the money that he had for free agency, and basically this team was the team last year, so we're supposed to be playing well. And then Woodcroft came in the middle of last year, and so we're like, okay, let's see a full year of Woodcroft. So he's fine, he's like still safe, but yeah, like you said, it's the players, like they have to step it up.
That penalty kill needs to start stopping goals.
Yeah,
like we can't allow a power play goal every single game.
It's basically
the power play needs to get back to scoring.
It's basically
goals.
the same as last year. So what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I think we're missing Archibald a little bit though. He was a tenacious penalty killer. That's the thing. I think we go for a bottom six forward, but we first go for a top four defenseman. Like
we need a defenseman, yeah.
But how we're gonna make it work money wise?
That's why
go trade Puljujärvi and Yamamoto. Yeah, sweet. They have no value right now.
No, that's why Holland is here. That's why you're a GM. to make those kinds of hockey trades. Yeah,
figure it out. Find
exactly.
A way. So, anyways.
If it might not be to either the players or the fans' liking, but if it improves the team, then why are you crying?
Absolutely agree. Oh. Anyways, that's everything for me.
We haven't done this in a while, but we have to do our Ben Stelter Performer of the Week.
Very true.
Yep. We haven't done it in a while.
Who's yours then?
I am going to say... I'm going to cheat. Because it's not going to be just one person. It's going to be the whole team.
Don't tell me it's an bench. Oh, come on.
See, now I have to think of something else. No, like, they played really well against Belgium. And, of course, like we said earlier, like, they did have some hiccups and they couldn't finish. But just playing against the second-ranked team in FIFA, I guess, I wasn't too disappointed with the loss. It was a good stepping stone. That's a good first match for the Canadian team for their first World Cup in like 30 or so years or so.
Since 86.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then didn't they lose 1-0 to France, I think, for their first game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So history repeats itself.
So you cheated.
I did.
I'll go with my performer of the week. Let's do... You know what? It's still going to be amongst the Canadian men's national team. It's going to be Alistair Johnson. He shut down Eden Hazard completely. Hazard was completely nothing. I mean, part of it was the way of the entire team played. But a lot of it had to do with Alistair Johnson and how he played. And it's a big reason he's now going to be on the move, actually. Did you know that?
No.
He's Celtic from the Scottish League.
Nice.
Scottish Premier League is looking to sign him. So, which is a big stepping stone.
That's
it's
big.
Not a top five league in the world.
No, but the Scottish League is still pretty good.
Scott Arfield, which will be huge. Or is he playing for Celtic? He's playing in that league, so he'll be with Scott Arfield in that league, and Champions League exposure.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be huge. Because at that point, you're gonna get that, and then we're hoping for the World Cup, for the next World Cup, he'll be in a top 5 league, the top 5 with a big team. Because Canada needs that. We need more of that. We have 2 guys in big leagues right now. 2 guys playing Champions League footy. Actually, 4, but 2 are in the top leagues.
Top leagues, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be really important. And Alistair Johnson for me was the man of the match that game.
For Canada, yeah.
I don't know how Kevin De Bruyne got it. If anything, it should have been Matsuyawa who scored the goal. But Alistair Johnson for me played it out unreal. Considering 3 years ago he was playing Div 1 in Toronto's Metropolitan League.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
3?
Isn't that insane?
That's insane, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 at least. That's
crazy, yeah.
Recent. I guess that's what I'm trying to get across. Just very recently, he was barely even playing it. He wasn't even on the radar.
He wasn't even in the NMLS.
Yeah, and that's not even that good of a league.
No, but it's if you're in Canada, that's basically your league.
Yeah.
Unless you get scouted and then you just go to Europe, but yeah, basically, yeah. So that's actually really good. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's going there, and then I think the biggest move is going to happen from Kamal Miller, though. I think because a very close second to the Ben Stelter. I'll cheat too.
Okay, you cheat too. Okay,
Kamal Miller, unbelievable. That man played the game of his life. For me, he showed that he can be a Premier League defender, center back. He's better than some Premier League defenders.
Basically, he's
better than freaking Harry Maguire playing for Man U right now. Harry Maguire for England is a god, but Harry Maguire for Man U is a colossal trainer.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, I from what I'm hearing from you right now, it's this is a chance for the Canadian players to show what they can do, and then they could probably go over to Europe because people everyone's watching the World Cup, right? So this could be their chance if they want to play in Europe to show everyone how what they can do, 100%. And then
this is their chance to shine.
Yeah,
for sure. Anyways, all right, now it's officially everything for us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Sheldon Surrey episode.
No, it's a Chris Pronger episode.
Fine. So the Chris Pronger.
Chris Pronger was so much better.
Number 44. He was only here for a year, and his wife hated the city.
No, but in general.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for listening to episode 44. We'll see you next week, hopefully after 2 Canada wins in the World Cup. And we'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But by this point next week, we'll know if Canada's in the round of 16 or if we're getting
Going
sent
home.
I think we can do it. But
I think we can do it too.
anyways. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.